Check, check, check. Checks mix, checks marks, Czech Republic.
If you haven't updated Lightroom yet because you've been too busy tweeting about the end of Twitter, well, you should update it because there's some fun new features that we'll go over in this video. And thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring it.
We are in version 12 of Lightroom Classic, or the October 22 release. AI has never been better at automatically creating masks, and now that capability has been brought to Lightroom. So Lightroom will now detect people in your photo and allow you to create masks for each person. So check this group photo out. Start by clicking the masking icon and give it a second while it detects the people in the photo. It's like when you take me to a backyard barbecue and I just need a minute to suss people out. Now we can automatically create 8 separate masks for each person if we wanted to. Doesn't get much easier than that. But it gets better. Lightroom will now make individual masks for different parts of your subject's body. Check it out. Once it's identified the person, we can choose to create the masks for the entire person, or just the face skin, body skin, eyebrows, eyes, lips, etc., for more individualized control. So maybe I'd start by creating a mask for the hair, and lower the exposure, and bump the texture, just to bring a little more richness out of it. Then I could add a mask for the lips, maybe a small bump in texture and saturation, and then the face itself. Here, it included a bit of her eyes in the mask, so I can just choose Subtract Brush and paint out the eyes. Now maybe I want to soften the skin a little, so I can just lower the texture slider to the -20 range. And maybe brighten up the eyes a little. Okay, let's take a look at the before and after. Of course, it's up to you how detailed you want to get with your touch-ups, but it's great that now it's really easy to get it done without leaving Lightroom or spending a lot of time creating masks. Masking your backgrounds is now a one-click affair, much like my time at the Red Roof Inn. This is useful for a lot of different applications, but one thing you could try doing is masking the background to create more separation from your subject. With the background masked, I'm going to use a brush to subtract from the mask in the foreground. I may also paint out some of this bench as well. Now I can lower the sharpness all the way down, decrease clarity, and maybe warm up the temperature. The other cool thing you can do is adjust the intensity of the mask. So we could tone down this effect, or crank it up even more. It's like Lizzo always says, turn down the effect or turn up the effect.
I don't think she said.
Let's look at the before and after. No people, no problem. Select objects, then roughly paint over the object you want masked. A little hue adjustment, and boom. Now it's a girl cap. Now, back in the olden days, we'd head into Photoshop to make use of content aware, but I think we're all pretty aware of content these days. Anyway, Lightroom's got it now, so let's check that out. Let's try removing this red pole for some reason. I don't know, Daniel wrote this. Pretty freaking good. Okay, let's try another example. Maybe we need to remove this address marker because the stock photo company you work with are a bunch of little b****s. Great, that did the trick. You can also hold down Control or Command and click and drag an area of the photo you want Lightroom to sample from for content aware. You can also press / on your keyboard to try different sample areas automatically. So this feature was actually released in the June update, but in case you missed it, you can now apply a preset and then decrease or increase the intensity of it. I find this helpful when you're working with a JPEG file or with something with a little less bandwidth than a raw image. You still want the look of your favorite preset, but it's just too much? Well, now you can still get the overall look, just dialed back a little bit. Or if you just can't get enough of our presets, you can crank that baddie to 11.
If you've watched our videos before, you probably know that we are pretty big fans of Squarespace. We have been customers of theirs for years, long before this YouTube channel even existed, and still have our 3 Squarespace websites going strong. Usually we do something off the walls for our ad spots, like fake our elopement to trick my mom, spoof old MTV reality shows, or do our best Peloton commercial parody. But I wanted to let you know about some new things cooking over at Squarespace. If you're a photographer looking to diversify your revenue streams, check out their new member areas. This allows you to sell access to gated content like video classes, digital downloads, or newsletters. Frickin' sweet. You can also showcase your photography with Squarespace's professional portfolio designs. Customize the layout, look, and feel to make it your own. Also, you can schedule and book appointments straight from your website. You need to lock in client meetings? Well, they can easily see your availability and reschedule if needed, making your life a heck of a lot easier. And if that wasn't cool enough, you can save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain when you go to squarespace.com/mangostreet, or just click the link in the description. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something new, and we'll see you in the next one.
Na, 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 na.